Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live sew and chat. Today we're going to, let's see. I have a mini haul, but I have a big item. And then talk about what date and time would be good to meet for the Houston Quilt Show. And then if anybody have any questions, you can also answer those. So welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm live. I'm live on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So let's skip that. And my chat is empty, so that means I must go back in and do it again, I'm assuming. All right, so let me move this stuff so that I don't knock it off. I was just sewing while I waited for starting tonight's live. So I'm just going to read names tonight. We only have an hour, so it takes quite a bit of time to read what everybody is saying. Basically, everybody is saying hi. If it's anything more than that, then I'll mention what you're talking about. Beverly Aikens, Judy Hebert, Maddie Barnum, Diane McCoy, Helena Marie Carter, Brenda Foley, Nikki B, Kevin the Quilter, Carla Ford, and Judy Smith, Dee Branson, and Laura Miller, Like That. She's sending peace and blessings to all. And Sue GSD says, we have 251 long days until our fearless leader begins 2024 retreat. Yes. So, a little bit about retreat. I talked about it Saturday, just in case somebody missed Saturday's live chat. My small group is having a retreat. We have a retreat every end of May. It's a no frills retreat. We do 3 nights at a place. We are using Mercy Center this year. And they decided that we were going to open it up. And so everybody is inviting people. I think currently we had 6 spaces available let me start over. We have 6 members. We have 18 slots. We already have 6 of those filled with guests that come every year. And so we have another 6 spaces that we are opening up. Let's see. Price for 3 nights is $470, $120 down. And this might be some change added onto that. I can't remember, but I'll make sure that information gets out. If you're interested, it's $120 down immediately because we have to pay 25% of retreat to book it. It's non-refundable, and then the remaining balance will be due by the 2nd Saturday in March of 2024. So that's for that retreat. It's not a Teaquilts retreat, so it won't be like all the other stuff that happens at the Teaquilts retreat. Food will be provided for meals beginning Thursday. It's a Thursday through Sunday retreat. Food will be available starting noon on Thursday, and then you'll get breakfast on Sunday before you leave. So that's that retreat. So thank you, Sue, for that. That reminded me about that. Also for Teaquilts retreat, that's for June of 2024. Final payments are due in unless I've been notified otherwise by the end of this month. I'm actually going to be in Houston. So if you need a few days, just shoot me an email. Let me know you need a few days. because I'm not going to be probably sending any processing information back while I'm in Houston. Bonita Nance is here. My brother Ray is here. Hey, text me and let me know if you still want that cat. That cat came back yesterday morning, didn't come back all day, didn't come back all day today, but came back tonight to be fed. So let me know, because I need to know if I need to go to the pet store and get like a crate or something so I can start feeding the cat in a crate and see if I can get the cat for you. But the cat's trying to come in my house. The cat now lets me walk around it. I don't know if it's a him or her, because I'm not an animal lover like that. My brother is. He's had cats when we were growing up. He also had a dog, if I remember correctly. So, but if you want that cat, let me know. So I won't waste money going and buying a cat carrier, trying to get this cat out the cold. The cat had not been here since August 25th, and then it just showed back up like this week. It showed up this week. So I was really surprised that it came back. P. Gilliam's here, Doris Seaman, Vivian Calvi, Jeff Galonia. Hope your days have been calm and productive. Julie, Wisconsin, saying hello, everybody. 2 weeks in a row here from me. Yay. Sharon Lewis is also here saying that she's paid the rent. So thank you so much. Okay, Kevin. So yeah. If I had to have a pet, I probably would have a cat. I just am not comfortable enough to be rubbing on the cat and trying to figure out if the cat's going to bite me. But the cat is now walking around my legs. The cat is meowing at my front door, wanting to come in. But I don't want to let the cat in, since I'm scared of the cat and don't want to go get the cat. And now my husband be looking at me like I'm crazy anyway. If he did get in. So every time I'm going in and out the door, I'm trying to make sure that I don't let the cat in, but I don't want the cat to be out during the winter months. So that's where I'm at with that. Sheila Willis is here. Damali J. And he's saying no. See, he doesn't want it now. He told me he would take the cat. So I'm going to have to figure out. I had some other people online. Jeff, were you one of them in the Facebook thing saying you take a cat? Yeah, the cat's starting to like me, and that's because I'm feeding the cat. But I can't do it. And Jeff saying he finished his friendship chisel this morning. Yay. My friendship chisel is, the pieces are still laying here from our last sewing session on Saturday. I haven't done anything with that because I've been trying to cut pieces that I need for another project. So I haven't done anything with that. Okay, let's go into the mini haul. Okay, Jeff. I did get me a new cup. Look at that. So it's just Teaquilts LLC, my website, www.teaquilts.com, and then it says YouTube, Quilt Retreats, and more. And the reason why I got a new cup, I have a lot of the stainless steel insides with the coated outside, and this one it's stainless steel coated on the outside, but on the inside of the stainless steel, it's black plastic. And I got that because I was about to kill myself trying to drink out them Yeti cups and my other cups that I have that keep hot drinks hot for like 24 hours. The liquid would never cool off at all. So I find now this cup will hold it for a couple of hours. And in a couple of hours, you should have drank your hot stuff. So I decided to give me a new cup, and I actually like it. It doesn't stay hot as long, but I'm able to drink it quicker. I would have my other cup sit for like 2 hours and then take a sip and almost burn my tongue off. So yeah. Judy talking about that cat picked me as his person. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, I like this cup. I've had this in here since about 6:15, and I'm able to drink out of it, so it's good. The Lois Felt's also here. So that's one of my items I wanted to show you. The other thing that I didn't show you before, because I had never cleaned out my car, is when I went to the birthday party last week, where Jane Coon, she was the birthday girl. She brought in, I told you all that she brought all this different stuff in for us to work with. And she brought in, she used to work at a store that only sold boutiques. That store has since closed, been sold to somebody else that kind of run it on a open when she's contacted type basis, but she is available. It's not like you can't get what you want. But the people that sold it gave Jane a lot of leftover cuts or fabric samples, things like that. She also took some from her stash because they gave her so much. She used to cut, she only uses boutiques for the most part. And so she had cut some of her fabrics when she was buying them into various size strips. And she brought all of this stuff. I tell you, I think I told you all last week, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 tables filled with just boutique fabrics. And I'm talking about piled yay high. Okay. So she had plenty of stuff, but I wanted to just show you what I got the first day. She was telling everybody to take 10 pounds on the first day. So remember, I made that quilt that I showed you all last week. And I just wanted to show you all some of the scraps. Well, this is the scraps that I got. So some of her pre-cut strings here. So I just grabbed a handful of strings. I got 2 different sizes. I'm like, when you trim them up, they're not going to matter much. But this is a lot. Look at this on the side. It's a lot. And these are full yard width, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at them. Yep. They're full yard width. And this is what she was cutting. And so she just has so much stuff from cutting. And I just got pieces, all these pieces, and more pieces and strips. So this was what I got out the first day out of various different strip things. And nobody was weighing anything, of course. And this is the leftover, let me see. This is other stuff from me cutting my pieces for the quilt top. So those are left over from that. I was going to use the purple. Ended up using blue, green, and red. So these are all my leftovers from that I cut. She had pieces that were like strip cut pieces. And I said those can also go into the string. So I have quite a few of those, different sizes. No, that's a piece. So different of those. And then the leftover pieces, all the rest of this is left over from me doing the project that I worked on. So I just want to show you how generous she was. She paid for 2-day rental of this place. We actually met in Jackman's big classroom. She had at least 25 people each day. And so that's what I got the first day, plus the stuff that I made my project with. I have a quilt that's about 40 by 48, something like that. And then we come back. No, so I got this on the first day too, because she was like, just get stuff. You don't have to use it here. So this was all first day. I just did that project from my quilt guild where we had a hard time getting light boutiques. Well, I just went and grabbed a handful of light boutiques. She had one of the store. They have like fabric bands that you can put either scraps or their sailboats in, and this table is big and long, and that table was stacked about yay high with just light batik. So I just grabbed a few out of there. I didn't go crazy. I got enough so I can make at least one project that would require some light batiks. And then I got these. So she had some of the breast cancer batiks. I've had some of these in a kit and ran out, so that was good. Different cuts here, different sizes. So these are kind of like leftover pieces from when they're cutting off their boats, and whatever is left they would put into a bin. She even gave us a full yard of a fabric to use as backing, but I'm like, yeah, right. Who's gonna put something this pretty on the back? So just loads of fabric. All this fabric. And remember I said day one, okay? Because when we came back on day number 2, she made us get more. So these are some of the fabric samples, like when they're on the sample boards, and she's taking everything off, and she just wrapped everything look like that came on that board wrapped up in here together, or it's a lot of stuff wrapped up that look like it goes together. So I'm gonna move this over. Then we come back the second day, and I had brought a bag so that I could put that stuff in, because she was so organized that she even gave us shoppers bins. She had bought like little storage totes from the dollar store and with a $1.25 store. And we were supposed to leave those. So I brought a bag so that I could put that fabric in, so that I could give her back her container. I ended up bringing her container home, and I got to take it to our guild meeting on Thursday. Because she wanted us to take more fabric. She said we hadn't taken enough fabric. So we go back and take more fabric. Thank you, Carla, for reminding people to hit the thumbs up for me. I'm going to highlight that one. I haven't seen other people coming in. I see Zandra's name up there. I just want to show y'all how generous. So all of this came off of the sample boards, and I'm just going to take it all out, lay it up here some kind of way, and just show you from the side, because this is ridiculous. And I ain't going to ever get it back in the bag on here. I think this is all samples. This looked like different pieces. It doesn't have the pink edge. And Jeff, who was there, he got more fabric than I got. Okay, he brought a whole box. I was trying not to bring too much home, but I wanted to bring enough that if I wanted to do a project, I wanted to make sure I had enough for that. So this piece here wasn't, it's yardage. And she just got so much, probably got so much of the yardage that she was even putting in big chunks of pieces. Another big chunk. This, I'm just going to show you side view. These are not samples. They're just leftover cuts from the yardage. And I think most of these are samples here. So let me just show you a side view of all of this. Look at all that yumminess. And people were over there like picking particular colors and all of that. To me, it was so overwhelming. This one's pretty. To me, it was so overwhelming. Like I said, she had at least 5 tables stacked high as your face almost. And the table started at waist. And it was just overwhelming. But people were standing there like picking out particular colors. And I didn't have the patience for that at all. I just grabbed some. I have no idea what's in any of these stacks, other than there was, when I was looking for particular colors to so these are Just pieces. When I was looking for particular colors to finish my project, this is a bigger piece. No, it isn't. It's got pieces inside. See? It could have been part of a kit that they were cutting, because they would cut multiple fabrics that way. But lots of purples here. Some more that's wrapped up in itself. And then this is a bigger piece again. Another light piece. Another light piece that's got quite a bit of yardage on it. I just want you to see how generous she was. And I bet you any money, because she was not even concerned about what people took off that table. I bet you any money that what she brought, she probably got 5 times as much at home. Jane has brought fabric to our, she's a member where she comes to the So Busy retreats every year. So she brings stuff there. She brings about 2 or 3 containers every year. She brings it to Scrap Club once or twice a year. So, and she still brought this much. I didn't think she would have this much left to be bringing this long, as long as she's been bringing fabric to different events and stuff. So I was really, really shocked. I had a great time. And I ended up going to a yard sale that was available on Friday. And I only spent like $20 at the yard sale. I didn't even show you all that stuff because it wasn't even worth showing, because I wasn't interested in spending money when I got all of this for free. And I'm just going to buy okay stuff at a yard sale. I wasn't buying it because I'm like, I just got all of this for free. I can make many quilts out of this. And I'm just going to pop this back here so we can get it out the way. Melinda says, wow, you hit the jackpot. That is awesome. Yes. Yeah, she is really, really nice. And I just wanted to put it into a video just to show, you know, the kindness of somebody else, because she really didn't have to do that. We paid for nothing. She bought our lunch. She even brought water. She bought the lunch on the first day, and it was somebody that she had invited. Their birthday was also during the same time as hers. I'm not sure what day. And that person decided to pay for lunch on the second day, so Jane wouldn't have to pay for it. So somebody else bought it the second day, but Jane had fully intended to feed us. Had desserts made from a deli that was really nice. It was really good. A bakery, not a deli, a bakery. But it was really, really nice. I had a great time. It felt like a retreat, except we didn't stay the night. Teresa says, looking forward to seeing what you make with these pretty fabrics. I actually am thinking, and I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through, but I'm thinking about making October's block with those fabrics, but I haven't fully decided yet. I got too many other projects going anyway right now. So let's talk about other stuff in the haul. I bought some stuff. I don't even have these boxes open. I bought well, I guess I don't need them open. The little white marking pens. Every once in a while, I need to be able to see on some dark fabric. If I'm marking on a white fabric, I can mark within a 1/4 inch. I can just use a pencil pen or whatever. But every once in a while, I'm on a long arm and I need to have white marking pens. And I just buy them by the boxes, because I think 3 come in a box. Buy them by the box because you go through them fast when you're actually using them. That was a Notion. Water soluble, it irons on. It can be water soluble or it will iron off. I tend to iron mine's off. And then the box of 3, it looks like it was $7. I don't know what they cost in the store if you buy a single one. Then I also bought me 2 pair of Karen K. Buckley scissors. I have her smaller scissors, and I find that I really like cutting with the bigger ones. I held somebody's scissors when we were in class last Tuesday. And I said, even though the small scissors are great for detail, these still would work for detail. But I wanted the bigger hand in because it was just more comfortable to put my fingers in here. So I bought 2 pair of those, these Karen K. Buckley scissors. $18 and $18. So I'm going to say $18. And I don't know if this is like, this sheet doesn't tell me if they're wholesale price or if they're retail price. I'm hoping that that's retail price, $18 a piece, I think. Look, let me see. The ink is running off on this thing. I think it's $36. It could be $56, but I think it's $36 with the ink right here. And these are, I didn't read them, did I? These are Karen K. Buckley's Perfect Scissors, and this is the large size. And they have a micro serrated blade, which means they don't cut exactly straight. It cuts a little zigzag that's barely visible to the eye. And what it does is it kind of helps. You know how sometimes you cut fabric, especially if you're doing like needle turn applique, which is why I bought the smaller ones in the first place. But when you're doing that, sometimes your fabric will start to fray. Well, this prevents the fabric from fraying so fast. I'm not going to say it stop it fraying 100%, but it stops it from fraying as fast while you're handling it. I got 2 bags, recycle bags. I just thought they were cute. I'm always carrying stuff. I do have bags that I make. I do have bags that I give out, but I thought these were really pretty. This one's their Christmas log cabin, although it'll be used whenever I want to use it. And they're made by C&T Publishing, and they're $10 each. That's nice. And hey, Cynthia Shade, happy birthday to you. And then I like this one too. And this one was $12. So the New York Beauty tote, which is the same tote, I don't understand, but it costs a couple dollars more. But I went ahead and got it since I was ordering. And they do, both of them have the bottom bases for you to put in, but I won't worry about that until I get ready to, you can't fold it down as well. So I'll leave that like that for right now. Put that up there. And we want notions of, I gave away for a birthday the Ginger Featherweights. They already gone. I got some Creative Grid rulers. So I got the 8 1/2 by 12-inch Creative Grid ruler. I have them in the Omni in the green. I do like them. Some of mine, because I use them all the time, my corner is starting to go bad. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and get it and get the Creative Grid one so I can try it. But I like the 8 1/2 by 12 1/2 ruler. And then it has, of course, with Creative Grids, you don't have to put any of the stickies on the back because they got them built into the ruler. So this one is not a left-handed ruler, so I'm hoping that it's still going to work. What I find is these little grippy things be in different location from left to right. So I'm hoping that they won't get in the way of my, it's actually the Creative Grids logo right there at my neck. Right there. That's what gets in my way sometimes when I'm cutting. So it'll be interesting to see if that has moved. This Creative Grids ruler, 8 1/2 by 12 1/2, was $29. And I need to get something to go with this one. So this ruler here is the non-slip oval always ruler. I do have AccuQuilt dies from on the studio side that I can cut circles, and even in odd sizes, probably up to 8 inches, 10 inches, or something like that. I can't remember what's the largest size right now, but I don't have anything that will cut ovals, and so I kind of like that. And the reason why I bought this, because this oval ruler retails at $50, and I was not happy about that. That's very expensive, I feel. And I do know that GE rulers by Creative Grids also are very expensive. But I bought that ruler to go with the blue onion quilt pattern. One of the girls in the class last week started this, and I really like it. And I thought this also could be used with these batiks that I have as well. So I got plenty that I can make more than one quilt back there. And this one doesn't need any lights. It's just that you have to have fabrics that contrast just so you can see the piece cut. But I like that. It's called Blue Onion. And the pattern is $9. So those go together. And the last thing I have is a couple of patterns. I did order 2. I don't know. Let me see. Did I order the kits or did I order a pattern? Let's see. It's not on here because when they only put in the box on the packing slip what they actually sent. So remember I was talking about another sew along that was not necessarily easier, but it was traditional quilt blocks. It was a sampler quilt, larger size quilt blocks. I ordered 2 different ones so I could choose from which one I want. It was going to be like you do so many things a month or makes this many of the same block a month. And that has not come. It's been back ordered. So I don't know when that's going to come. So I ordered these other patterns. I saw these all hanging up in Jackman's when I was in the Jackman store last week. I got Batter Up. They had this one made with the St. Louis Cardinals fabric. It was really, really pretty. Batter Up is $9.50. My niece and my daughter loves tennis shoes. I thought eventually I made my niece a quilt that had shoe fabrics. It wasn't a shoe quilt though, but I thought at one point in my life I might make one of them or both of them this quilt with the shoes. That's called Shoephoria. That pattern is $10. This one is called Planted. Very simple, but a great way to use up some fat quarters. And it was really pretty in the fat quarters that they had hanging in the quilt at Jackman. So I got that. And I also got Whirlwind right here. This one was also hanging up at Jackman. So all of these patterns that I just showed you, I sometimes would just go to Jackman's and don't have in my head anything that I want to buy or need. And I would just go walk around Jackman's. They don't mind you taking pictures of the quilts that are hanging. That's one quilt shop that you can go in and just have a total quilt show, and nobody is going to harass you about it. I really like that. I like going there because all of their pieces hanging or quilted, and it gives you ideas, not necessarily for that particular quilt, but what type of quilting designs look really nice on the quilts. So I like Jackman's. If I had to pick, I would say Jackman's is my favorite store in the St. Louis area. Now we have another store that I like. I just don't go to it as often. I used to go to her before I started buying African fabrics because she was the only place in St. Louis that had African fabrics. And then I kept going and kept going. And she had the same like 30 boats over and over again. And so I got bored. That's why I started selling African fabric myself. And it was so weird. I know what's happening, but it's so weird that when I start selling African fabric, she then changed her stash over and has a lot more to choose from now. So it's very weird. I have somebody that works at her place. When I come up with projects, it seems like her store is doing my projects. And so yeah, so it's like when I come up with something, person doesn't sign up to what I'm doing, but then that person goes and organizes it for the store. So I'm aware of what's going on with that. I've had somebody email me about it, because one just came out last week and somebody emailed me about it, and I go, yeah, I see it. I'm not really happy about it. I try to tell people not to share my projects, especially this project was a scrap club project. And so I try to ask people not to share my projects with other groups, because you've paid to be in this group, not to, you didn't pay to go use my stuff somewhere else, especially in a whole nother quilt shop. So it, to me, it's just a little bit disrespectful, but that's just me. Um, hey Remo JS, you reminding people to thumbs up, show your love and support and subscribe. Also, if you're lurking, must mean you're interested. So she's trying to get you all to hit that subscribe button. So thank you, ma'am. Tamar Griffin's here. Who else? I think that's it. Let me make sure. Let me go back. Cheryl Knuckles, Christine H, Joyce Sterling, and Maritza's Yarn and Craft, Francis Jackson, C Joy Creations, and I think that's it. So yeah, so that's what I got from my distributor. And then one other thing, I just broke my nail. The box slid off my thumbnail. And it split right down the middle too. I got to get it. This is why I like Ginger snips. These are not your everyday snips. All right, I just want to make sure I don't snag it on something else, because it'll rip up even higher and I'm going to be in trouble. Hi, Leetta Bryan and Brenda Perkins and Vicki Barnes. So the other thing that I have been having some issue with is I've been having power outages, and not just power outages. There's times when I go to quilt retreats, and sometimes they don't want you to plug in like your steam generator or something like that. If I'm bringing it, I don't take it all the time, but I'm gonna test it out. And I don't want to be tripping circuit breakers or anything like that. Now, I've been in two places where it wasn't a problem at all. And then one time, I think it just depends on how many people have their own personal iron. So I think that was part of the problem, because when I'm using my steam generator, I don't have a personal iron on. But they have, when you have retreats and you have 12 to 30 people in a room, you're not sure how many personal irons are also turned on in that room, as well as the general irons that are for everybody else that's pressing on the big boards. So I was at Jackman's last week. As this is my third time. A lot of stuff that I've gotten is because I was at Jackman's. And one of the things we could do, we had 25 people, but we could only have 2 ironing surfaces, because the power would trip a circuit breaker. That's what one of the ladies who was in the class, she works for Jackman's, but she wasn't working that day. But she was saying, because Jane told everybody to bring their iron. So I had brought my little Panasonic traveling iron. I brought that with me. And when people started plugging stuff up, she was like, whoa, 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 don't do that, because you're going to trip the circuit. And then you've got to go have the powers that be go take care of it. And so that they want them to do that so that they can keep control over, when it happens. And then they can come talk to your group about it. But to me, they should have put that information in writing. to Jane so that she could have told us not to bring irons. She told us to bring irons. So it was a little bit of lack of communication. So I wanted to have something that I can take to scrap club, because I have a feeling we're in an old church that if I bring my steam generator, it's going to knock the power out. Now, I have access to go cut that power back on myself, but I just decided maybe I don't want to be involved with that at all. So I went and bought me a Jackery. Now, I've been affiliate with Jackery, but I've been trying not to buy this thing. But I went on ahead and bought this Jackery, and it's twofold. It's going to be so whenever my power goes out, I can use it to keep lights. I can sew on, according to the wattage on this machine, I can sew up to 10 hours if I want to. So I decided to buy the Jackery. Now, Jackery comes in all different sizes. If you just need it for something small, if you're not going to be using something like a steam generator, and I forgot what my wattage is because my steam generator is still in my car from when I was supposed to go last month, but our meeting got canceled. So I bought this so that I can hook up my steam generator to this. And this came in another box. It was so, all these boxes and the packaging was so well done. I had to open this up beforehand. There's nothing in this box because this thing is heavy. It's about, let's see if they got the weight on this thing. It's 37 pounds. Okay. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, but I bought what I needed for wattage to run my steam generator. And you can't buy what your steam generator wattage says it use. You have to multiply that by 3, because when you're dealing with something like an iron, you know, an iron heats up and cools back down, and then when you hit steam, you get a burst of power. So your wattage is fluctuating because of that. So I ended up getting the Jackery solar generator. You can charge this with solar panels. I do not have the solar panels yet. The solar panels was like $250 or something like that each. And they talking about you need 6. I don't need the solar panels because I have family that live by me if I have another power outage. It only takes 2 hours to charge up at home. I charged it up myself so that I could see when I got it, it was at 5%. It took right under 2 hours for it to charge up to 100%. It is the Explorer 1500 Pro. And like I said, it is 37 pounds. The wattage is 1800 watts. So any unit that uses less than 1800 watts, you can use this machine, this generator for. In the bottom of this box is a piece of foam that's just like this. This is the top of the box. So at the bottom, they had another piece of foam inside of this orange box. That orange box was inside of a brown box that had their branding on it. So it's expensive, but they are making sure that when they ship this product to you, that you at least get it in one piece. And so then inside of here was this bag with the stuff that comes with it. So I just wanted to show you that so I can move that over. In this bag is a power cord. And again, I've already opened these up and I'm not going to put it back in here. But I just wanted you to know they had the power cord in a bag. They also had a cover for the power cord. I'm going to keep that on because it'll help prevent it from getting bent when I'm in the bag. So I'm going to keep that as long as I can. And then they have it so that it's a Velcro cord for you to keep it all together. So I like that they've sold enough of these. I've been watching Nomads use this ever since I've been watching Nomads since COVID. And I've been really, really trying not to buy this unit, but I'm like, I'm going to buy this unit. My power went out like 6 times this summer. And I had other smaller power banks that I was able to use. But I needed something that was bigger so that I wouldn't have to go sit at somebody else's house for hours. So I'm going to show you the unit in a second. These are DC powers. They gave 2 of those. They hook up into the front. I'll show you on the unit. So you plug in your DC power. And then this one here, also in a plastic bag, I'm going to pitch. You can also charge this while you're driving your car, because that's what the nomads use it for. I won't be doing any of that. But I have it if I need it, right? So that's what came with it, as well as a manual. I have not read the manual. I've seen enough of the YouTubers using it. I've seen some of them take them and hardwire them into their car. So they cut these cables and hook up other things, putting it to a converter. I'm not going to be doing any of that. It shows you in the booklet how to hook it up so that it charges via solar panels. I'm not going to be doing any of that, at least not right now. Like I said, I got a niece that lives in my subdivision, and my mom lives 5 minutes down the road. So it's not gonna, I got plenty of places I can charge, and my daughter is 10 minutes away. So I didn't need the solar panels at this time. It probably would be great to have eventually, but I don't need it because I got plenty of places. And this charge a lot faster than my other older power banks. This got different technology. Like I said, this huge unit only takes 2 hours to charge. That's a miracle. And then it charges up to 100%, 2,000 times. So that's really good. But let me show it to you. It's big and it's heavy. I was not expecting it to be this big. So I can show it to you. So I bought this myself. Jackery did not buy this. I bought it because I wanted to. So many YouTubers have used it. I feel like it was going to be worth the money. I could have bought other cheaper units as well. I looked on Amazon to see what was out there. And then they had like less time for warranty. This had a 10-year usage, 2,000 charges. Other places had like a 3 or 5 year usage with 1,000 charges. And so I was like, let me just go ahead and get the thing that I've been looking at, that I know has been proven time and time again on YouTube by all these other people. So that's why I went on ahead and got it. But here is where you can plug it in so you can charge with the car. 9-volt. Has a display button to tell you it's at 99%. That's where I stopped charging it at, was 99%. I charged it 24 hours ago because I wanted to see if it was going to hold the charge, because the one thing that happens when you lose power is you don't know when you're going to lose it. So as long as I charge it after I use it every time, then I know that it's going to hold the charge power for me. And over here it tells you what your input is. Over here it tells you what your output is. It has a screen. This orange right here is a cover on the screen. I can plug in 3 different AC pieces into here. So I can plug in my sewing machine. I can sew for 12 hours on the sewing machine alone, okay? I think that's really sufficient. Then I can go get a charge, you know, whenever I go somewhere to visit. It has a light. So this one here covers a light. So I don't have to plug in a light because there's a light included. And it goes from light, a darker, brighter light, and then it also has a flashing light if you're trying to get help. So I thought that was cool. It's doing the SOS on it. So I thought that was cool. Again, this was made for campers, so I won't be using that. And then down here is and it has a power button for 2 USBs, your regular A style, and then 2 USB-C, which is new. So this is a newer model because USB-C, you know, a lot of products don't have USB-C, so it's got 2 of each. So I was really happy because there are times that I need USB, and then there's times that I need USB-C. And then the power is in the back where you charge it. And then your DC input has 2 slots in the back for those as well. And that's where a lot of people use the DC inputs they'll rewire them and put them into a converter and stuff like that, so that they can use either batteries from their that they added into their vehicles, or use the house, they call them house batteries, or they can use the vehicle batteries to charge it as they're driving. But I won't be doing any of that. But I just wanted you all to know and be thinking about, if your power goes out and you can't sew, what you're going to do. I will tell you, this is not cheap. It was, I don't know what the regular price of this was. I'm just going to guess and say it was like $1,200. I got it for $950. Yes, that's what I paid. They did not send this to me, so I'm not selling it to you. I can't tell you if you want to use it yet or not, but I will be testing this out next Saturday. But I got it all charged. I charged it up because I'm not going to recharge it, and I want to see when Saturday comes if it's still sitting at 99%. So I'm doing my own internal test here, and then I'm going to use it. It should last me about 2 to 3 hours, but I shouldn't be steam pressing. If I get everything prepped, I shouldn't need it for 2 hours. If I'm cutting my pieces and having everything ready to go, I should be able to get all the, I'm working on 2 t-shirt quilts right now, and so I need to do those, put the interfacings on, so I'll be using my steam generator. So I'm not going to be using their power. I've already got this ready to go, so it's going to be a test. So I'm not recommending anybody go out and get it yet. Let me come back and tell you how it's working, if you're interested in something like that. But I had no idea, because they have a 100. This is an 1800. They have a 100, but it would not even hold a household iron. Let me see what Panasonic's iron is saying, since it's sitting here. See, this is 600 watts. And then the highest wattage, again, is that 1500. Like I said, you almost have to multiply stuff by 3 to make sure. That's why I got this one, because I looked at my steam generator and I just made sure that it would run my steam generator. So yeah, it's very pricey. But like I said, I had my lights go out 6 times this summer. So this is going to be my backup in the future. If we ever have a summer like we had before, I've never had my power go out so many times. And one time it was out for like 5 to 7 days. I can't even remember. It was a god awful long time that I was out of power. I was going to my daughter's house charging up my smaller power banks that last hours too, but it would take me just as long to charge the thing as it was for me to use it. So I'm just sitting there wasting hours of my life. I'm talking about like 10 hours or more, or I would give it to her and then I leave and have to come back. With this one charging in 2 hours for this size and can handle a lot of power, I decided to go with this size. But they have different sizes, like I said. I don't think the 100 watt, you need to look and see what it is you're trying to use on a generator. They do call these generators because they can run like refrigerators and things like that. But I'm not, if I put this on my refrigerator, it wouldn't last but like an hour and a half. I would need something bigger for my house refrigerator. But this will work with everything else that we have to do around here. I don't have to worry about a light. I don't have to worry if I want to sew, if I'm bored, or if I want to cut my television on, or if I want to cut my cable back on. I can put stuff into this. So that's why I got this. It is expensive. And it's heavy. Now, my machine here is about 40 to 45 pounds, this Bernina, and I stopped carrying it. This does have a very substantial handle. So I'm hoping, and then I always use a wagon to take stuff in. So all I got to do is basically get it to my car. So I'm hoping that, when I take it out, I'm not going to be taking it out all the time, but I am taking it out to test it next Saturday, not this week. And then I'm taking it to retreat. So if I want to plug in my own iron, I can plug in my iron without having any issue of what else, who else, and whatever else is going on in the room. I can plug my stuff up. So Sue says, ouch. Yep, Sue. And Sue says, this is why I love my treadles. I do have a treadle sewing machine. I have not learned to use it. I've just bought it. When I bought it, I did sit down and sew on it to make sure that I knew the process. But I have not sewed on it since. When I bought it, I took the belt off. I even got to figure out how the belt goes back on. So um, yeah, but a treadle sewing machine, you still got to have some light to sew though. You need more than just the sewing machine when you have the treadle. You need some light. Damali says, Miss T, that's a smart purchase for emergencies. Many van dwellers and campers love them. Yeah, and I have been looking at this since 2000 and have been like not wanting to get it. And when I got the box that I got from Butler, I do like that because it's actually a surge protector, but it's not exactly what I want if I'm out of power. It doesn't work if I'm out of power. And I wanted something that when I was out of power, even I don't really think 100% that I'm going to be sewing in the dark. But if I want to, I want to have that option. There's other things that I want to put on here. I want to put, it has that particular light. I can put an extension cord and run lights into other rooms. I can, like I said, hook up my internet because everything goes off. My security system to my house goes off. So it's other things that I need power for until the lights come back on. And like I said, between me and my husband, one of us can go get the charge while the other one's still here doing other stuff. So, and like I got a smaller battery. It just takes as long to charge it as it takes to use it. I forget it's a Morphe. I think that's Morphe, Morphie, something like that. I got it off of HSN. I love it because it's compact. It will jump a car. This will jump a car as well. If your car battery dies, you can jump your car with this as well. But I just wanted something that was quick charge. And like I said, 6 times, you will spend $1,000 if you're sitting in the dark 6 times, and not 6 days, 6 times during this summer that my power went out. It got old really fast. And so that's why I got it. Hey, Phyllis G. Christine's reminding people to hit the thumb up button. So thank you. I appreciate that. If anybody got any questions, I have not been going back through this chat. I don't know if anybody has any other questions. Can you all tell me if you're going to Houston, what would be a good day? I know that there's another quilting group on Facebook. They're meeting Friday at noon in the food court. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know if Friday or Saturday is a better day for people. I normally do Fridays as well. I don't know if you all are on here or listening later. Email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. What day is better for you, Friday or Saturday? If it's Friday, I'll do 2 p.m. in the food court. If we normally meet up in the front, do we want to meet in the food court or do we want to meet up in the front? That's another question. And then number 2, or is Saturday a better option, meeting in the food court Saturday, say at I say 2:00, because at noon it's kind of busy with people trying to eat. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm not there during the regular meal time. So 2 p.m. would be good for me. So people that are going to Houston, let me know what's best for you all for meeting. I enjoy Houston. It's huge. You could get lost in there. If you and your friend are not going up and down the aisles together, you definitely gonna be using your phone trying to catch them. And most times you ain't gonna hear the phone clicking, so you may as well put your phone on vibrate because you ain't gonna hear it ringing. You ain't gonna hear it buzzing for text messages or any of that. But I actually love going to Houston. It's one of my favorite shows. And Carla says Saturday works for her. Okay. So if I do Saturday at 2 p.m., that'll be good. And then Saturday, say at noon, I might eat at I don't know what that restaurant is that's attached to the place. If you want to go have lunch with me, we can do that too. And then we can meet at 2 o'clock at the food court. Cause it's a restaurant. The food was pretty good when I've gone before. I just can't remember what the name of it is. Hey, Minnie Dula. So yeah, so that's all I have. I don't see any questions coming in here. I don't see any new names though. Normally I have a lot of questions when I get new people in the chat. Again, hope you had a happy birthday, Cynthia Shade. Like that is here. Just going back through, making sure I get all the people that I missed. Missed her by mistake way early. So yeah. Ooh, Helena says she's headed on a 14-day cruise Saturday, so have fun. I got one for 18 days. I don't know how I'm going to stay on this ship for 18 days, but I'm going to figure it out, I guess. The nice thing is it's a quilting cruise, so the 4 days sailing to Hawaii will be in classes, and then the 4 days coming back will be in classes, so that's 8 days. So it's not so bad if I'm in a room sewing most of the time. And then I'll have the other 10 days where we'll be docking at different ports, and so I'll be off the ship those times. Francis saying, hope your portable generator works for you. Yeah, it better work. And I bought this. I'm trying to convince my husband that we need to get a home generator. But even still, I can use this generator, like I said, when I'm going places. So I've always wanted a Jackery. I just wouldn't have bought one with as much wattage probably, but that was what was in my head. But when I started looking at what I needed to run my steam press, I needed this size. And so that's what I'm going to do. I haven't plugged it in. I'm just going to wait until I get to retreat and plug it in, and we're going to see what's going to happen when I plug it in. And believe you me, if this Jackery doesn't do what I want it to do, I'm going to let you all know. But if it does, I'm going to let you all know either way, because I figure putting a steam press on here is going to be the ultimate test for it. And I purposely looked at wattage of what my steam press is and what they recommended for burst. I went and did research by pulling up electrical use and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna see if it's gonna work. So far, it's holding its power, and I don't want to charge it early, because every time you charge, you're losing one of your 2,000 charges. And so now I've got 1,999. So I want to make sure that when I'm charging it, that it's getting down to being almost low. I don't want to just charge it just to be charging it. So I'm hoping it works too. Hey, Linda Williams. Thank you. Says she loved my hair wrap. This is how I go to bed. I just put bigger twists in my hair, and then I take them down when I wear my hair down. So this is what you get when I don't want to take my hair down. I didn't go anywhere today, so I didn't take my hair down. C-Rex is here. Saturday is better for her. Okay, so I'll do Saturday, because I know I've had a couple of times where people were saying Saturday was better for them, but I would be sometimes leaving town on Saturday, so I wasn't able to do it. This time I'm going to be in Houston for an entire week. We'll arrive Tuesday night, so we'll be there Wednesday and come back home on Monday. We'll leave on Monday. So it's going to be very interesting. Happy birthday, Cheryl. She's saying this Friday is her birthday and she will be 61, Lord, if the Lord is willing. Yes. Happy 61st birthday. Next year, my mom's turning 85, and I'm in the process of planning her an event. And I just got a small place because everything is overpriced now. And it's like, I'm not having a wedding. I'm just trying to get a place so that all the family can eat together. But it's just amazing how much stuff costs now. And I had one lady, I liked her place, but then she tried to, when she found out that I wasn't going to use her decorations because my niece says she'll do it. She already got all the stuff. She was charging me an extra $250. I liked her place better than the one I got. But I'm like, I can't use you if you're trying to rip me off just because I'm not using your stuff. But then if I used her stuff, she was going to charge me like $150 per hour of my event. I'm like, huh? I don't get it. You're getting paid either way. No, I'm not going to do that. And she didn't tell me that initially. She just added it onto my bill when I got it. And so, you got to talk to me. So, um, hey, Janet McCarroll. So, yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I will see you all Saturday at noon, actually, because it's going to be Teaquilts with Kevin the Quilter. We're going to be working on the Wensleydale project. So I'll be cutting because I haven't cut a thing. And that's what we're going to be doing Tuesday at noon. And then I also, and this is all Central Standard Time, we go from about noon to 3 o'clock. Sometimes we might quit a little before. I have to get back home. By the time I get back home, like I told you all, it's about an hour, 15 to an hour and a half to Kevin's house, depending on traffic on a Saturday, which is a lot of traffic on Saturdays. So I got to go and come back. And then by that time, I'm tired. I try to get any orders processed before I leave. I try to go to the post office before I leave. And then sometimes I have to have my husband go because they don't sort the mail that I'm receiving by that time, but I can drop off stuff. So then I'm trying to give me a nap before I come back live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2 hour live Sewing Chat. And I'll be working on this. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to press this stuff or not, but right now I'm working on setting the friendship chisels into a setting, and I'm just randomly sewing them together long as the colors don't match up. So that's going to be it, everybody. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out. Hey, Lady Crafts. Bye, everybody.